This is terrible. I heard you, okay? I heard you. Let's try the thing.
There's a moment in every race night where a driver stops being polite. For William Byron, that moment came on Sunday at EchoPark Speedway, and the radio picked up every single word of it. Let's back up and set the scene. The race was the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart, held at EchoPark Speedway in Atlanta. It's a fast track. Cars run in big packs. Everybody is inches away from everybody else. If your car is handling well, it's one of the most fun places to race in the whole sport. If your car is handling badly, it's one of the most miserable places to be. On Sunday night, William Byron was in the miserable group. Byron drives the number 24 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. That's one of the biggest, most successful teams in NASCAR. When you drive the 24 car, people expect wins. People expect you to be up front, leading laps, fighting for trophies. That's just the standard. But on this night, Byron wasn't up front. He wasn't even close. He started the race way back in 26th position. That's already a hard spot to be in. But instead of climbing up through the field, he got stuck. He worked his way into the 19th spot, and then he just sat there. He couldn't go anywhere. Cars were racing all around him, swapping spots, fighting for position, and Byron was stuck in the middle of it with a car that simply would not cooperate. Here's the thing about a bad handling car. It's not just slow, it fights you. Every corner turns into a wrestling match. You turn the wheel and the car doesn't turn the way you want it to. It slides toward the wall instead of tucking into the corner. Drivers call that plowing or pushing. The front tires just won't grip. And when that happens for lap after lap after lap, it wears a driver down. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it makes you feel like the whole night is being wasted. That's exactly what was happening to Byron. So he got on the radio and told his crew chief, Rudy Fugle, exactly how he felt about the car. He did not soften it. He did not sugarcoat it. "This is junk. Absolutely expletive junk," Byron said. That's not the kind of thing you normally hear from William Byron. He has a reputation for being one of the calmest, most level-headed drivers in the garage. He usually keeps his cool. He usually talks through problems instead of blowing up about them. So when he gets on the radio and calls his own race car junk twice in the same breath, you know he has hit his limit. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Rudy Fugle, his crew chief, is up on the pit box. And Fugle isn't just thinking about the handling of the car, he's also watching the weather. There's lightning moving toward the racetrack. When lightning gets close, NASCAR has to stop the race. It's a safety rule. Nobody argues with it. So Fugle has two problems at once. He has an angry driver, and he has a storm rolling in, and he tries to handle both at the same time. Copy that? Yep, do what you can. Lightning is close, not quite halfway, Fugle told him. Think about what the crew chief is really saying there. He's telling Byron, I hear you, but hang on, because this race might get stopped very soon, and we're not even halfway done yet. He's trying to keep his driver calm and keep him focused. It didn't work. Byron came right back on the radio, and he was even more upset than before. "Plowing my expletive off, this is terrible," he said. "That's the plowing we talked about. The car won't turn. It's washing up the track. And Byron wants everybody on that team to know it." And that's the moment Rudy Fugle stopped being patient. Crew chiefs usually stay calm. That's the job. You're the coolest head in the whole operation. You take the complaints, you take the pressure, and you keep everybody pointed in the right direction. But every crew chief has a limit too, and Byron found Fugle's limit on Sunday night. "I expletive heard ya, okay? I got it," Fugle shot back. That's a crew chief who is done hearing about it. He knows the car is bad. He doesn't need to be told a third time. He's got a storm coming, a race that's about to get red flagged, and a driver yelling in his ear. After that, there was more radio traffic between the two of them, but it was hard to make out on the broadcast. Whatever was said, it clearly didn't cool anything down, because Fugle came back one more time with a message that was short, blunt, and impossible to misunderstand. "Just drive the expletive thing," he told Byron. And Byron's answer? 2 words. "You got it." That's it. That's how it ended. No apology, no long explanation, no "we'll fix it on the next stop." Just a driver and a crew chief who were both fed up, both frustrated, and both out of patience with each other. NASCAR posted the whole thing as an in-car audio clip on their website. They called it a candid exchange. That's a very polite way of describing what was, in plain terms, two grown men snapping at each other while going 180 miles an hour. And then, right after all of that, the sky did exactly what Rudy Fugle warned it would do. The lightning got close enough that NASCAR had to throw the red flag. The race was stopped. And it was stopped before the field even reached the halfway point. Everything just froze. Cars parked, engines off, drivers climbed out. The whole night went on hold. Which leaves a real question hanging over the number 24 team. Does a long weather delay actually help them? Maybe. A stoppage gives a team time to think. It gives the crew a chance to talk through changes and come back with a better plan for the rest of the race. Sometimes, a delay is the best thing that can happen to a car that's handling badly. But it also means Byron and Fugle had to sit there in the middle of a storm delay right after yelling at each other on the radio in front of everyone listening. Now, if you're wondering why Byron was so upset over a 19th place run in the middle of a race, you have to look at his season. Byron came into EchoPark sitting 12th in the NASCAR Cup Series standings. He had 499 points through 19 races. And here's the big one. He had not won a single race in 2026. Not one. He wasn't running badly exactly. He had 4 top 5 finishes, 9 top 10s, and he had led 136 laps on the year. Those are solid numbers. But solid isn't what people expect from the 24 car. And he came into the weekend a full 265 points behind the standings leader, Denny Hamlin. That's not a small gap. That's a mountain. So this is a driver who is winless, sitting outside the top 10 in points, and watching the regular season slip away week by week. The playoffs, the chase, are getting closer. Every race matters more than the one before it. Byron needed a big night at EchoPark to build some momentum and climb the standings. Instead, he got a car he called junk and a lightning delay. And the frustrating part is that other drivers were having the night Byron wanted. Ryan Blaney was strong all evening. He held off Tyler Reddick to win Stage 1, and then powered his way back to the lead again before the weather delay hit. Reddick was right there pushing him late in that stage. Carson Hocevar even grabbed the lead at one point and had to fend off both Reddick and Bubba Wallace to keep it. So while all of that racing was happening up front, Byron was buried in the middle of the pack, fighting his own car instead of fighting other drivers. He also wasn't the only one venting. Brad Keselowski had an early problem too. He brushed the wall and let his own feelings be known over the radio. It was just that kind of night at EchoPark. Hot tempers, hard racing, and a storm on the way. But it's Byron's radio that everyone is talking about. Because when the calmest driver in the field starts swearing at his race car, and his crew chief tells him to just drive the thing, that tells you everything about where the number 24 team is right now.